Hey y'all,
Hi,
I'm so excited. Okay, the day is here. I'm so excited. I've been planning this for y'all and I'm really, really pumped. So I'm gonna set the scene first and then we're gonna go from there. So the first box I jumped out of was a plane. And no, I'm not talking about skydiving. I was 9 years old. It was October 4th, 1999. And as I sat on my scratchy plane seat with a one-way ticket from Bogota to the US, I looked out the window and I realized that my life would never, ever be the same. The feelings I felt at that moment were deep sadness, grief, confusion, feeling lost, and commitment. And I committed to myself that day that no matter what, I would make it through, even if I couldn't see what was ahead of me. Let's fast forward 10 years to a second box, a colder box, because this was in Nebraska in the wintertime. It was October 4th, 2009. And as I sat there watching the snowfall outside the window, I felt so lonely and so sad and also excited and also optimistic and also committed. Again, committing to myself because at that point, I was one of two Afro Latinas on campus, or Afro Latinos, and three Colombians on campus. So I felt like the only. I know a lot of you have felt that feeling too. And I knew that I was going to be feeling that for many years to come. But still, I committed. Let's fast forward 10 more years. October 4th, 2019. As I was sitting in my New York apartment, taking in the fall weather, having been fired 3 times, down to my last $500, and about to put that into creating my LLC. The feelings that I felt in that box were, again, deep sadness, disappointment, failure, bewilderment, and again, commitment. And commitment to myself that if no one was going to bet on me, I was going to bet on myself. So let's fast forward one more time to today, October 5th, 2022, where I stand before you and I can't see your faces, but I can see the comments and they're blowing up and I'm so excited. And I sit here and I see my reflection in every single one of you. I see my reflection in your failures. I see my reflection in your successes. And I see my reflection in your fears and your dreams. And this box looks quite different than the ones before because now I feel joy. I feel excitement. I feel possibility. I feel like anything is possible. I do feel a little bit of sadness. And I feel a lot more commitment, not only to myself, but to all of you. Because if I can do it, you can do it too. Because there's no difference here. And I want to walk you through exactly how you can make this work for you as well. My name is Catalina Pena, and I will be talking to you today about Out of the Box. So Malcolm Gladwell once said that it takes about 10,000 hours to become an expert at something. And I agree with that. And I also agree that it takes about 10,000 steps to create the box of your dreams on your own terms. And I say that because sometimes we don't even know where we're at or where we're standing. So that's where we're going to start. We're going to figure out where we're standing. We're going to figure out how can we get out of there. And then we're going to go and we're going to see how big this box can really get. All right. So who's with me? Please put in the chat if you're excited, if you want to go, if you want to figure out how to do this with me. I'm so excited to be here. So let me know in the chat, like put a little like +1 or some hands or something, and we'll get started. Okay. All right. So part 1, the box you are in. And before we start, for all of my high achievers, we do have, we do have uh, all of the questions outlined. So let me give you those so that you don't actually have to follow along for once. And you can actually, I'm trying to do this. It's not working. Okay, let's try one more time. Yeah, okay, so Tequeria just sent it. So I wanted you to go ahead and click on that link. If you can pin it, that would be great. And then I just want you to focus on what comes up in your body. I want you to focus on what comes up in your mind and your thoughts. All right? So the box that you are in. Let's start. So I want you to really think about, how did you get to this point in your career? Whether you are at your dream job, whether you're just at a job, or whether you're unemployed, how did you get to this point? And really think about that. Take it all in. Take a deep breath if you need to. How did you get to this point? And then I want you to ask yourself, did you intentionally choose to be where you are right now? And then I want you to go a little bit deeper. To what degree did you choose it? Was it 30%? Was it 50%? Was it 75%? Was it more like 10%? And then I want you to think about, what would you need to get to 95%? And I know these are a lot of questions, but I really want to make you think. And you don't have to think of all the answers, but again, pay attention to how you feel, pay attention to what pops up. And I say 95% because a lot of us are so focused on getting to 100, we realize it's actually not achievable. So on purpose, because I'm a recovering high achiever, I put 95% because that can be good enough too. So do you even know what your 95% would look like right now? A lot of us are so used to being in 50%, 75%, maybe even 20%, that we don't even realize that there is something so much bigger, so much more fulfilling, so much more aligned for us out there. I love it. You're feeling triggered. This is exactly what we need. Exactly what we need. I love it, Elia. These are questions that are tough. So what would you need to discover what it could be? If you don't know, what would you need to discover what it could be? And then the first real question to kind of face yourself a bit, what's stopping you? And I want to give you a moment to really sit with this question, because we're going to go even deeper. Okay, we're going to go even deeper with this. So I want you to sit right there. Just really think about it. We're going to go a little bit deeper. So now this is part 2. We're going to start getting out of the box. Okay? So what words describe the box that you're in right now? Right? Is it, and you can use things like your role, your title, like how you identify yourself, anything like that. Okay? What words describe it? The role that you're in. Okay? And then I want you to go a little bit deeper. And like I did in the beginning, where I described 5 or 6 feelings, I want you to describe what are 5 feelings that come up about being in that box. Okay? And I want you to really hold on to those feelings. And I want you to really visualize them, because a lot of our feelings are tied to a lot of our beliefs. And so I'm going to show you some quick beliefs that I think in the Latinx community, they happen a lot and actually hold us back. Okay? So common limiting beliefs. I'm just grateful to be here. How many of you feel that? I'm just grateful to be here. Or I don't have it that bad. Or I just need to work harder. Or calladito, or odita, or dite, te ves más bonito. Or I can't fail. They are counting on me. Or I gotta figure it out myself. Or I gotta do it for somebody else, por la cultura. Or el que dirán. That's my personal one. I'm like, ooh, el que dirán. And I am strong enough to get through this. Right? Is there a lot of resonating going on? I feel like there is. So I'm excited for this. And now comes the hardest part about this journey, because We can hold on to these beliefs all we want, but we have to really be very, very intentional about what we're holding on and what we're letting go. So, what feelings or beliefs do you want to keep on this journey with you? And as I said, when I was on that plane at 9 and now I'm here, I still have a little bit of sadness. I chose to keep that, maybe subconsciously, actually. And maybe I'm realizing maybe it's now time to let it go, right? But I kept it for all of these years. How about the ones you want to risk? What feelings or beliefs do you want to risk? I saw people say stability, right? I saw people say they were comfortable, right? Are you willing to risk those things? And I want to let you know that it's okay if you do not want to, because those are really big things to risk. Because as a 9-year-old, I did not know that I was risking so much to get to this spot. So what I would hate for you to feel is the feeling I feel sometimes, where I'm like, was it worth it? Was the cost too high? And I'm being very real and very honest. And I want you to really have agency of what you feel and what you're risking. That is exactly why I'm pointing this out. Okay? So with that, do you still want to go? And if you still want to go, what is stopping you? And I want you to take a moment, and instead of answering that, or if you answered it in your head, I want you to close your eyes, and we're going to keep the chat safe, or not safe, but we're not going to put in the chat for a while because you're going to close your eyes. All right, so I want you to close your eyes with me. Okay, close your eyes. I'm going to keep them open because I can't talk and have my eyes closed. And I want you to feel where that feeling of whatever is stopping you is in your body. Is it in your heart because it's tight? Is it in your stomach because it's knots? Is it in your shoulders because it's so heavy? I want you to really feel that. And what we're going to practice now is we're going to practice a tool that I call shifting. Because we're going to shift out of that into something beautiful, into something amazing. So using that same technique, I want you to go ahead and scan your body and find your calm. Okay? So is your calm in your heart as you take a deep breath? Is your calm in your stomach when you kind of unclench your abs? Is your calm in your head because you feel light? And if you have trouble finding your calm, try your ears or try your feet, because they always usually have a little bit of calm in them. And when you find that, I want you to go into that calm, again, with eyes closed, right? We're going to breathe in. I'm going to count you, breathe in for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to breathe out for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to ask you, from that place of calm, what is your biggest career dream? And I want you to really feel into that. Think about the role. Think about the title. Think about the money. Think about who's around you, who you're serving, where you're living, what you're doing. Like, think about all of those things. And I want you to really soak it all up and let it be in your body in that calm place, because it knows you're going to get there eventually. Okay? And then I want you to do something crazy. I want you to 2x that. What would it look like if you were to 2x that feeling or 2x that dream? Make it bigger. Notice I'm not saying better, but make it bigger. Okay? And then I want you to 5x that dream. Okay? So what does that feel like? And I want you to sit there. We're going to sit there for like 5 seconds. And then lastly, I want you to 10x that dream. And go to the biggest place you could go in your mind and in your heart and in your body. What does that feel like? We're going to sit there for 2 seconds too. And then from there, I want you to think about your first dream, your 2x dream, your 5x dream, and your 10x dream. Where did you feel the most comfortable? And it is okay if that is your first dream. You don't have to go all the way to 10x. So wherever you feel the most comfortable, that is your 10,000th step. And while we're here, I really want you to think about what would be the first 10 steps that you would need to take in order to get closer to that 10,000th step. And then I want you to think about all of these beautiful resources you have that Alexis just described, the yoga teacher and the DJ and the networking sessions and all of the beautiful sessions that are going to be coming from the Tequeria Summit. I really want you to think about who can help me? Where can I go? Because you can't go to 10,000 steps alone. I know I sure didn't. So think about all of the beautiful things that are available to you right now to get 5 of those steps knocked out. And then lastly, with your eyes closed, because the whole time we're supposed to have your eyes closed, I'm going to take one last deep breath. I'm going to count you out. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I want you to open your eyes and look around. And I want to offer you congratulations, because you just took that first step in that 10,000 step journey, and you are one step closer to your dream box. Thank you so much, everyone. I'm so excited to be here. Enjoy the conference.
Thank you so much, Catalina. That was beyond amazing, and I'm super excited to have you on board. There was a lot of emotions in there. I got some texts from people and some Slack messages, and I know people in the audience. Some people were like, "Yo, I'm about to cry," and I'm like, "Yeah, I feel this. Like, this is deeper than I even." I was like, "Whoa." No, but seriously, in all seriousness, thank you so much. One of the biggest things that I guess struck out to someone in the audience as well to me is if no one's going to bet on me, then I'm going to bet on myself. And that is super powerful and super amazing. And we can't thank you enough for joining us today. This has been such a journey. So right now, if anyone has questions in the audience, throw them out there, spew them away. We still got a few more minutes before our next session.
Yeah.
Keep telling us how you feel. Hey, Betty. Oh, I see Betty Tina in the chat. Hey. I see a bunch of people. Hey, Rio. Oh, man, look at all these amazing people coming.
I love this, and I just love seeing the chat. I'm going to actually take a little video for my Instagram. I was so nervous. That is not how I'm trained to speak usually. I am, learning how to do that as well. And I spent so much time just trying to see what would it be like and what would it feel like if to have a coaching session without maybe a coach present one-on-one. And so I really love all of these breakthroughs. And this is exactly, I don't have a podcast, but maybe in the future. Or a newsletter. I don't have that, but maybe in the future. But this is exactly why I do this, because I remember feeling so alone and so scared. And I was I don't know what to do. I was fired, and not because I was bad at my job, but because I was myself. And it's such a beautiful gift to be able to give this back to folks. And it's so beautiful to be able to see all of these beautiful remarks of things that I'm just hey, we tried it. It worked. So I'm about it. So I know a lot of people want to follow me. Please follow my Instagram. It's Curious Scott. That I've kind of been out of the interwebs for a while, the social medias. But I kind of want to come back. This really helped me. Think about it and be oh, I really want to come back. Thank you. I didn't join out a podcast.
I just read that comment.
Yes. Okay. And then Nabrioska says, do you have any tips to not feeling overwhelmed? Yes. So that's why I did a very somatic exercise, because you want to keep coming back to your calmness, because if making these big leaps, a lot of people don't tell you that it can be very overwhelming because you're not used to it. It's change. Your body doesn't know the difference between a good change and a bad change. It just knows change. And if change was traumatic for you, that can actually create more of that. So really get into your body and find that calm like we did, and really visualize, and then come back to the present moment and be okay, I'm here. And then plan it out. What are the next 10 steps? What are the next 10 steps after that? right? Because the more that you can't, like they say that you can't eat an elephant all in one bite or all at once, you have to eat it all in one bite. So that's exactly what we're doing with this. So thank you so much, everyone. I know I have to get off, and you're going to have such a great time with Samantha. All of these feelings that you're feeling, stretch it into the yoga. I think it's going to be really amazing. Thank you again so much, Taqueria team. Thank you so much, Alexis. And then I'll see you guys very soon.
Awesome. Thanks, Catalina.
Bye.
Bye. I hope everyone enjoyed. Love her. She also represents 305 area. So if you're Miami, give her a big shout out, connect with her. She's really, really amazing. And shout out to our board member, Camilo Payang, for like recommending her. And because I know I'm happy with what she said, and I'm sure everyone else is too, because that was an amazing way to kick off the summit. So I know for our West Coasters, again, it's 9:25. So shout out to y'all for being on here so early. For us East Coasters, 12:25. I'm not going to forget about Mountain and Central time zones. So if you're here representing those two time zones, shout out to you guys for coming on board at these times. But yeah, no, we're really excited to go forth. We do have 5 minutes. For right now, we're going to just hop off. This is an amazing opportunity to go to the bathroom, go get a refill on your cafecito or start your cafecito, get your té, get your agua. I know I'm about to refill my water because the nerves got me and I'm just drinking water like it's my job. So we're going to end the session for a minute, but we'll be right back. We'll be right back on at 12:30 p.m. Eastern time. So 9:30 a.m. Pacific time. We'll be right back, and we're going to kick off our yoga session, yoga and sound bowl meditation with Samantha Martin. So we will see you soon. Bye.